The three things that we'd like to update you on are user status, a new feature that'll tell your colleagues when you're away from Blink, a new launch page in the hub on the desktop, and Blink Identity, a feature set that includes existing features and 3 new features that we'll be covering off today. So to start us off, I'd like to hand it over to Ev, who will take us through the first 2 items, which is user status and the hub launch page. Over to you, Ev.
Thank you so much, Ranga. Hi, everyone. Lovely to meet you all and see all your faces. I'm Ev, and I am the Customer Success Manager here at Blink. So I'm going to be taking you through the very exciting user status and hub launch page. And just to set the scene a little bit about user status. So we work with multiple customers across multiple industries, and a lot of their employees have different time zones and different working hours. So because of this, the need to update the user status has been one of our most voted features of all time. So now within Blink, you can actually change your user status. So you can let your colleagues know when you're unavailable and why. And it works with our snooze and our do not disturb feature within Blink as well. So you can update this from any device at any time from anywhere. So really, really easy to use. And I'm really excited to show you how to use it. So with that, we're going to get into the app and I'm going to show you how exactly this looks within Blink. Super. So I'm super aware that there are those of you here who may not have actually ever seen Blink. You might be new to the platform. So I want to just take this time to introduce you to Blink and what it is. So Blink is an employee engagement app, and it is designed for frontline workers in mind. So what it does is it enables you to be able to see all of your communications and to access all of the features that you need to within your own user-friendly app. And what we can see here is we can see on the left-hand side, we can see the desktop, and we can see on the right-hand side, we can see the mobile phone view. So what I want to go through today is just a really brief high-level overview of what this looks like and what Blink is. And for those of you who are brand new, we're going to just pop a link to the demo into the chat box now, so that if you do want to get further insight, you can see a demo within. You can get a demo with one of our team members. So really, really briefly, I'm going to give a high level overview and then we'll get into user status. So to start off with, we've got our feed. So the feed is all about communications. So it really enables your team to get the communications that they need quickly and to rise above the noise. So everything that they see on the feed is going to be personalized. So for example, from compliance policies to birthdays, they'll get the messages that they need to. Next, we have the hub. So the hub is a really user-friendly way to actually access all of the integrations and apps that your users need to, all from the one user-friendly environment. So all of the integrations and assets they need to do their daily jobs and excel at their roles. Next, we have the directory. So the directory is almost like a phone book for all of your employees within your organization, so that you can contact whoever you need to quickly and seamlessly. And then finally, we have our chat function. So the chat function allows you to speak to any colleague that you need to really, really quickly, and it has a few surprises thrown in there as well. But I know that was high level, so feel free to access that demo when you need to, and access the demo link within the chat if you want to get more insight into that. But I want to move over to user status. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to user status, and we're going to go to the settings tab. So going into our settings tab within Blink will allow me, James Dean, that's who I am for this demo. It's going to allow me to be able to actually change my user status. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the cogwheel at the bottom, and I am going to set my status to away. Now, what this does is it shows that James, myself, I am on annual leave. It sets my status to away, and it lets my colleagues know that I am away and who to contact in my absence. So on the left-hand screen, you can see Lara, my colleague, sees that I'm away, that I'm not contactable until I come back from leave on the 15th. Now, when James returns from his annual leave, he'll be able to pop back into his chat. He'll see, or into his Blink instance, he'll see his status is still set to away. So he'll just click onto the banner there, click back from his status is away, and he'll be available again. So this also works with our do not disturb function as well. So all I have to do is navigate down to do not disturb, select that I don't want to be disturbed, I don't want to be active on Blink, and then Lara can see through, when she goes into my profile, she can see the 3 little Z's to show that James is away from his Blink instance, so he's not active on Blink. So that was user status. I want to now pop into our hub launch page, so our second feature here. So the hub launch page, if you're aware of it, when you go to the hub on your desktop, you will be greeted with this big gray space. And what this means is that it's not colorful, there's no content here, and this has been something that's been requested from our customers to say, you know, we'd love if we could get some content there. So that's what we've done. So I'm going to show you how to do this really, really simple. So if we pop down into the admin portal here on the desktop view, and we're going to navigate over to the hub. So we're going to find the piece of content that we want to put on the hub launch page. And for this instance, we're going to use the user etiquette on Blink. So what we're going to do then is we're going to click on the 3 little dots there, and we're going to go to make a default page. Really, really simple. When we make that a default, it immediately updates the hub launch page, and you can see that that is there now for our users. When they get into the hub, they'll be greeted with this lovely user etiquette guide for Blink. And what's fantastic about this is you can really put any content you need here. You can put marketing campaigns, events, you know, FAQs, the list is endless. So you can tailor it to what you want your users to see within your hub. The most exciting thing about both of these features is they're available for you to use right now. So feel free to go in and use them right now. They've already launched within Blink, and you can use them as of today. So with that, I'm going to pop back to Ranga, who's going to take you through our next part of our product features.
Perfect. Thanks, Ev. So over the last few months, we've been focusing behind the scenes on 3 key areas of the product. These are content, analytics, and identity. Each one of these covers a range of functionality within the admin portal and all the Blink applications. We'll soon be ready to talk more about the first 2 things, which is content and analytics. But for today, I'd like to focus on identity. Identity in Blink means many things. Firstly, it means getting your workforce signed up to the platform as quickly and frictionless as possible. Once signed up, make it easy but secure to authenticate those users. Secondly, it's keeping your employees' details and the teams they're in, which basically controls the access they have to the hub and the feed, up to date. Now, whether that's done through automated sync with, for example, Active Directory, or whether that's done manually. The reason why we want to build out great feature sets in these first 2 areas is because it then opens up the door for the third and exciting area, giving them access to a whole list of third-party systems and applications, all securely authenticated through Blink. Giving access to things like payslips, rosters, HR, and online learning, without the need for more passwords, and also increasing usage and adoption of those tools themselves. These 3 modules put together make it possible, and we're calling this set of features Blink Identity. So what is Blink Identity? It's many existing features like importing users into Blink, syncing from Active Directory, or giving access to files and folders in SharePoint through Blink. And today we'd like to introduce 3 new features: protecting content in the hub, making bulk updates to users, and the new application marketplace that makes it easier than ever to find a range of single sign-on apps within Blink. So let's get started with protecting content. Now, the more you use the hub in Blink to share items like files, digital forms, pages, shortcuts, etc., with your workforce, the more likely it becomes that you might want to share items that are a bit more sensitive. And ideally, you want to make sure that those items don't end up in the wrong hands, especially when they're accessed from the mobile, because the device can be lost or stolen. So this is where the protected content feature comes in. It allows you to make any item within the hub and mark it as protected. So this will require an additional step of authentication before the user can actually access that item. So let's have a quick look at how to make an item in the hub protected. So I'm back here in the Blink desktop app on the left, and I have the mobile app on the right. So to make an item in the hub protected, all I need to do is go back into the hub in the admin portal, select the item that I want to make protected. So for this demonstration, I want to make this holiday request form protected. So to do that, I just click on the 3 dots, select the new protected content item in the dropdown, and that's it. So that is now saved. You can also see that it indicates to the user that this item now is protected. So if I switch back to the mobile app, I've logged in as one of the users, James Dean. And if I go into the hub and find the holiday request form, you'll again notice that it is marked as protected. So I can expect an additional check to be done. Now, I'm on an iPhone 10, so it's going to use Face ID, but this could very well work with fingerprint recognition or passcodes, depending on what is supported on your device and what you've set up on your device. So if I click on the holiday request form now, it's going to do the magical Face ID and take me straight to the form. So I can now go ahead and book my holidays, but I'm not going to do that. So that's how simple it is to make the sensitive items in your hub protected. Now, the next item in our Blink identity feature set is making bulk updates to users. And to talk about it, I'd like to hand it back to Ev.
Thanks, Ranga. Okay, so the very last thing I want to take you through is bulk updates. So as many of you may know, currently, if you want to make bulk updates to users within Blink, administrators have to do this rather manually, or they'll have to lean on our Blink team to do so. So the new bulk update feature within Blink allows you now to update 5,000 users at once, which is going to massively reduce the burden of work for admins, and also just it makes it so much easier for them to bulk update changes that they need to all within Blink. So I'm going to show you how this actually works. So what we're going to do is you're going to navigate to the user profile within your Blink admin portal, and you're going to find your export users, and you're going to go to actions and find export users there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to download our new user email or our new user template, which looks like this on my screen here. And to make these changes, what you're going to do is you're going to change everything that you need to within this Excel spreadsheet, and then you're going to re-upload it into Blink. Very seamless. It'll immediately update the changes that you have made to all of your users. And this would include feature or details such as, name, email address, phone number, if you're updating bulk line managers or employee IDs, team membership, and then also it allows you to enable and disable users in bulk, as I said, up to 5,000 users. So really, really useful. It'll save admins a lot of time and a lot of energy. And I'm now going to hand it back over to Ranga, who's going to take you through our very exciting application marketplace.
Perfect. Now, earlier I mentioned the third and exciting part of Blink Identity, the ability for you to use this identity to safely and quickly give access to third-party systems. The easiest way to do this is obviously by adding single sign-on apps to your hub that gives your workforce one-tap access to third-party tools like your HR and payroll systems from within Blink. We've been working hard to bring more single sign-on apps to our catalog and want to make it easy to discover and set up these apps that are available now, as well as apps that we add in the future. This is why we're launching our new application marketplace inside of the Blink admin portal. So let's now look at what it looks like in the Blink admin portal. And we'll also look at one of the single sign-on apps that we have set up for a customer of ours. So jumping back into the demo. So I'm back in the Blink admin portal. And the first thing I want to bring your attention to is the new Blink identity section in the admin portal. This has a combination of existing features, such as managing your users and teams. And it now has this new single sign-on tab. This is where I would find the single sign-on apps that have been made available for my organization. Currently, I don't have any, but I can click on this button at the bottom and it's going to take me straight to the marketplace. You can also get to the marketplace by going to the applications section in the admin portal. So in the marketplace, you can see the current list of applications in our catalog. So we've got a broad range of applications from HR and payroll systems to scheduling and operations management systems like Hastus. I do want to mention at this point that apart from single sign-on apps, the application marketplace is also going to give you systems that you can use to integrate with your feed and search. So for instance, Salesforce, you can send notifications to your user's feed or search for items within Salesforce. So that's the application marketplace. Now I'd like to show you an example of how the single sign-on works within the Blink Hub. So I'm going to go back into the mobile app and I'm back in the hub. And we're now looking at an application here called iTrend. So this is a HR and payroll system that we have recently set up for one of our customers. You can see that it's also protected, which works very well together. So when I click on the iTrend item now, it's going to do the Face ID. And once the authentication is done, it's going to take me straight into iTrend. I don't need to re-enter any passwords. I don't need to remember any passwords. I can now go ahead and check my payslips or submit a new expense claim, but I'm not going to do that. So what we have seen is with single sign-on apps, a lot of our customers have seen 5 times increase in the adoption. And also in this specific case, significant reduction in the cost of printing out payslips. Now we will be adding more single sign-on apps soon. So make sure you keep your eye on the marketplace. And if you'd like to set up any of these apps, just hit the contact us button in the marketplace and we'll help you set it up. So that was Blink Identity. We covered 3 new features that are part of Blink Identity. Protected content is out now, so feel free to check it out. Bulk updates is going to be out soon. The new application marketplace, including our current single sign-on offering, is ready for you to discover now. And this is just the start. We'll be adding more functionality to the Blink Identity over the coming few months. Now, of course, we're also working on a lot of exciting new features across the board, from analytics to content moderation and a lot more. Blink's roadmap is almost entirely driven by our customers who can submit their feedback through Blink's product panel or reach out to our amazing customer success team. So we'd love to hear your feedback. Please visit the product panel. You can find the link in the chat. So that's pretty much it for the product updates.